just a vlog, and yes, it's a universal credit vlog. The reason why I make these vlogs is that people that are probably on universal credit, and during the pandemic a lot of people have actually had to go on, had no choice. Their industry may have finished, and for a lot of reasons they may have had to go on to universal credit. And if you've never been on it, many won't understand how it works. And if any of these videos help a person, they're worth me making them. That's the only reason I make these vlogs. And obviously, if you know anything about me, I'm a plate guy. I was made homeless. I used to live in a car and I was made homeless. Had the rental bit. This is about universal credit and them not actually recognising van life and living in a car. In the States, it's almost the norm because you can just park in the middle of nowhere in your car and live, costing you nothing to live, no ground rent. That's the problem. Like now, van life is going to cause a massive problem for landlords. It really is, because you've got universal credit, you've got an unemployed person, you've got universal credit, and it's got like a fork in the road. Yeah, the person universal credit recognise paying a landlord for a room. They don't recognise paying the universal credit claimant the cost of living in a van. But it's so simple because all universal credit has to do is just buy it. Or see, this is it. Supermarkets could come to help the homeless out. If supermarkets allow people to actually use their car parks overnight for parking, that's as basic. That would solve a lot of homelessness. Just turn up in what you live in, what you turn up in: a van, a car, a tent, overnight. Just make sure you're gone for 6 o'clock in the morning. Make sure you're gone for 8 o'clock. So 6 o'clock, which means that customers can come in, and But then, so you get free overnight. You'd get free overnight parking. It's better than paying. That's all you're doing. You park in a supermarket car park for 7 nights in your car and sleep in your car. You've saved yourself 120 quid, haven't you? Paying rent or whatever it is, 100 whatever it is. But you don't really get a room now for less than 100 quid. But that's what I'm saying. It's easy to solve homelessness. Stop paying rent. People at van life are going down the YouTube route and not paying rent. But why can't universal credit recognise that van life is a real thing, and that by paying the claimant the money to live in a van, because now vans have got toilets and showers and cookers and all sorts of them, yeah, and a double bed or whatever, yeah. There's nothing. You get a 4-metre Sprinter. You can get a lot of living accommodation in a 4-metre Sprinter, which is what people are using them, and the VW Crafters. As a camper vans, they are homes on wheels. So why can't universal credit recognise that and then pay the claimant for that same rental payment, or standard rental payment, which covers the insurance, covers the road fund, covers your MOT, towards that payment, which is living costs. And then people can live, which would free up accommodation in rental accommodation for the people who really need or want to live in a rented room, and allow those that don't want to live in a rented room and live in a van to do so. Because by not paying the claimant money to live in a van, you then put a claimant in a rented room. If they haven't got transport to get to work, and like some companies, especially in what I do, driving, you may have a 5 o'clock start, you may have a 4 o'clock start. Get in a bus at 4 o'clock in the morning. Can't do it. So by letting them actually keep a vehicle, or even ex-council vans, why not give ex-council vans to universal credit? Or universal credit buy council vans at auction, or vans at auction, used vans at auction, and let people live in them. Saves a lot of money being paid out by universal credit, and it gives people freedom to be to get themselves back on track if they've been made homeless or whatever. It makes so much sense. Why can't Universal Credit understand that? But said, if Universal Credit, we can only pay against that. Why can't you pay against a big, well-known van retailer, or a higher van retailer? Just pay them, and they've got a bod on the site, and just make some into camp funds. You do more for people, homeless people, or people on Universal Credit. That will solve more problems than keep on paying rent to a landlord. It will. Universal Credit should even